Welcome folks to round 2 of the first ever On The Flyer TV UK Feeder Champs, and today you're joining me at the glorious Hallcroft Fishery. Just over 30 of some of the UK's top feeder anglers are battling it out, trying to take this first title of the On The Flyer TV Feeder Championships. Last round we were at Lindholm, where the awesome Tommy Pickering took the match out, also winning, more importantly, winning that section and getting 1 point. Following Tommy was Dave Wood, Nick Speed, Vinnie Payne and Joe Jagger, and they're all today pretty much in the same section. That's what's going to be interesting today. We've got Nick Speed and Tommy Pickering down on the 100 pegs. They're in the same section, so obviously it's going to make one of them obviously play against the other end. And we've got Alex Doherty returning to match fishing after his operation, who's drawn the end peg down on 108, I think it is, who's also in the same section as them. Coming further up to the field, we've got Vinnie Payne, Joe Jagger and Dave Wood, all 1-pointers in the same section. So as you can imagine, it's all to play for today. It's a really hot day, although it's looking slightly overcast. Don't let that fool you. Believe me, the temperature is through the roof here. Loads of cruising fish on top of the water. Obviously, that's not going to play into the hand of these boys today because this is a feeder-only competition. So there's no feeding by catapult. Everything's through the feeder. And I think today it's going to be really interesting to see who's going to take that match win. And more importantly, those all-elusive 1-point section wins.
Right everyone, so we're on round 2 of the On The Flyer TV UK Feeder Championships, and we're here today at the lovely Hallcroft at Retford. Unfortunately, I've had to miss the first round because I had an operation, so it's the first one for me. I'm buzzing to be back, and thankfully the draw gods have been kind and I'm on peg 108 on the outer of Moat, which you can never grumble at an end peg here. There's loads of carp all over, so hopefully we've got a chance. I can't put it down to the peg or anything like that, so got a bit of a tough section though. It's a section of doom really. We've got Nick Speed up there, next door but one, and we've got Tommy Pickering, and I know those two are both on section wins from the first round, so tough to beat, but happy to be out. The sun is shining and fingers crossed it's going to be a great day. It's the first year of this event and it's proving really popular, when I can only see it going from strength to strength, more people jumping on, and where else can you go and fish for this sort of money midweek, have a good match and fish some fantastic venues like this?
Well, this is round 2 of the UK Feeder Championships organised by On The Flyer TV with Gary Rogers, and we are at Hallcroft Fisheries. It's going to be really interesting. There's a few section winners from last week that have drawn quite well. We've got Joe Jagger in the middle of the section, which is actually on paper is a good draw because he's got no end pace to compete with. Further up here on 96, I think, Tommy Pickering, he's in my section. He's the last angler in my section. I'd call this the section of doom because although Alex didn't fish the first round, he's drawn the end peg today, 108, and I'd really fancy that for a match win. So let's hope I get a section win, but in theory I'm fishing for second place. I've drawn 102. Really fancy it, to be honest. As you can see, it's not ideal feeder conditions, but this is where a bit of thinking comes into play. How are you going to feed your peg? I've got a few approaches in my mind what I'm going to be doing. You can see how many fish are cruising around. Ideal day for mugging on the pole, but no poles allowed. So we're going to have to improvise using feeder tactics, and this is what this event is about. It makes you think about your fishing. Really looking forward to it. Great, lovely days fishing, nice weather, and hopefully loads of fish. So, see what happens.
Right, we're on the Flyer UK Feeder Championships round 2. Had a great start on first one, and I drew peg I wanted. Peg 14 on Bonsai, and had a great match, £130 won't match, so good start. So I came here hoping to draw one of the 4 end pegs, and I didn't get one. But that's how it goes. So I've drawn a 96. Which is on the Moat on the outer, and there's millions of fish about. There's like all over the place on surface, but it's not where I want it to be. I want it to be that way, but one of the 100 pegs, and unfortunately in this 7 peg section I've got Alex on the end peg and Speedy Tool this side, so I would think that they're going to dominate it today. So I'm not comfortable, and really I think in my own head I'm fishing for third. But because it's a points thing, you can lose it as well today by having a gamble. Sometimes you just got to take it on chin and just settle for second or third, and that's what I'll be doing today. So I'm hoping that I get an early carp, a few skimmers in middle of the match, and then last off, that's where today it's going to be a last hour match. There's no doubt about that. There's millions of fish about, they're all on surface, and of course we're fishing a feeder, so we'll be on the bottom. So it's up to, we've got to try every trick in the trade today to get some fish to go down, hopefully get a few points and keep me in contention for the third round. But not the best to draw, but I can't grumble. At the end of the day, I'm fishing for second or third in my section, and I'll take that now and go home gladly.
Hello guys, we're at the fantastic Hallcroft Fishery near Retford for the second round of Gary Rogers on the Flyer TV Feeder Champs, UK Feeder Champs. I've drawn peg 81, which it's much of a much. This is an M peg 69. Other than that, the section ends just down here, so that end we're not in with. I've got 1 point going into this round, so obviously hoping for another 1 point, but I think Eddie Bryden might be hard to beat off that end. A lot of us on 1 point have all drawn in sections together, so there's 3 of us in this section, there's 2 in that section, nobody's on an M peg, so it could go absolutely any way. I can't see anybody coming out of today with 2 points. It's another warm one, so the fish, they're all over the place, they're up in the water, so it might just be a case of catch what you can first couple of hours, go down the edge late and hope for a bit of an onslaught, but we'll see how it goes.
Well, here we are on the Flyer UK Feeder Champs, and we're on the second round here at Hallcroft Fishery with a fantastic day. It's overcast, but it's probably going to fish hard, to be honest, but it's a really nice warm summer day. The first round I did alright, I drew quite well at Lindholm. I was on Bonsai 84 I think it was in the corner, and I ended up having £96 and winning the section and coming third in the match, so I did quite well. But today we're at Hallcroft, like I said. I've drawn peg 75, which is mediocre, to be honest, but I've got my work cut out for me. I've got Joe Jagger, he's on 1 point as well. I've got Jeff Wiseman next door, he won't leave me a bit alone next door. And then we've got Eddie Bryden as well, so we're in a tough section today, but who knows, looking forward to it, and hopefully it'll be a great day.
All right. So then folks, we're just over the halfway stage of the match, and as to be expected, it's fishing really difficult. I've got Alex Doherty just over my shoulder, and as to be expected, he's probably leading the match at this stage with around about £50 of carp. there's lots of other anglers that are even struggling to get a bite. As I said to you this morning, the sun is out, it's really hot. Those fish are just basking on the top of the water, not really wanting to feed. Especially difficult when this is a feeder only match. So as you can imagine, those anglers are really having to think about how they can get those fish to go down and feed in these difficult bright conditions. Nick Speed, that's in the same section as Alex Doherty, has only got 3 skimmers at this stage, and Tommy Pickering, I think at this moment, has just got 1 carp. The other section's fishing just equally as difficult. There's lots of skimmers and lots of small fish coming out. Jamie Harrison on the opposite bank's probably got around 25 pound of skimmers. Opted for a different approach. He's seen just how difficult it is, and he's switched to a little tiny cage feeder fishing maggot, and that seems to be bringing him skimmers, and he's quite content to get his head down and fish for those skimmers. And amongst those, he has had 2 carp, so round about the 25 pound mark, which is going to be great at this stage of the match. We've still got 2.5 hours to go. Well, just under 2.5 hours to go, and yet those margins haven't kicked in, so everything could change. But it's a difficult day, has to be expected. But listen, it's sun shining, what more could you ask for? Let's see what happens later on. So, we're going to be paying 90 quid and 50 quid to the sections today. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, section A, winner is John Waite with £85, 14 ounce. Second in that section, Brandon Fowler with £75, 14. Well done, mate. Section B, Steve Bergen with £86, 8 ounce. Couldn't lie straight in bed, this fella.
You're right, bad back though, that.
Well done, mate.
Ciao, mate. Cheers for that.
Second in that section with £76, 10 ounce, Paul Wright. Is he gone? Little serial killer. Section C with £39. This has been the toughest section by far. Section C with £39, 6 ounce, Eddie Bryden. Well done, Mep. Second in that section with £26, my brother from another mother, Dave Wood. Hey up, mate. Well done. Section D, winner of that section with £101, 7 ounce, Alex Doherty. Well done, mate. And second in that section with £93, 9 ounce, Nick Speed.
Be able to buy some shoes now.
There you go, mate.
Cheers, mate.
So, as always with these, I don't bring any money to pay the top frame out, so you need to send me your bank details just like last time. Third in the match overall, picking up 100 quid with a weight of £86, 8 ounce from Peg 36, Steve Bergen. So there's nothing in it, you send me a message later, yeah?
Yes, on.
There you go, mate. Just take that for that. Second in the match, and I think second last time as well, so always the bridesmaid, with £93, 9 ounce from Peg 102, picking up 150 quid, Speedy. Well done, mate. And your match winner today, picking up 350 quid with a weight of £101, 7 ounce, back after his operation, had his testicle removed, from Peg 108, Alex Doherty. Well done, mate. Lads, that's it. I'll see you at the next round at Boston. It's been a pleasure.
Right, so we've just finished round 2 of the On The Fly TV feeder champs here at Hallcroft. I've had a lovely day. I've been on Peg 108. To be honest, it's just been a dead simple match for me. Fishing a couple of lines across, pellets and ground bait around the feeder, little yellow wafter on the hook, just rotating them, plodding away early doors, and then I've had a nice finish in the edge last off. I've had 4 carp, a big one with 2 minutes to go, £12. I've weighed 101 and luckily enough it's been enough to win the match. I've just pipped Nick Speed a few pegs up. He's had 93, 94 pound I think. So fantastic day. Obviously I missed the first round, but you know, still fantastic fishing, loads of money to be won on each round. So I don't think I can win it now unless the stars align, so to speak, but you know, there's a lot of money to be won each match. There's the weight of the series. I think that'll be around 1100-1200 quid, Gaz was saying. So there's plenty to go at. Obviously there's next rounds at Barston, and you all know what that could be like. There's some massive fish, so it wouldn't be too unusual if that 130 what Tommy caught on the first round gets broken. So plenty to go at. 2 rounds left to go, so fingers crossed for 2 more match wins. I wouldn't turn my nose up at that. So that's it.